What's going on, y'all? In this video, flat earth is the first step to alternative thinking. Before we start the video, I want to give some shout outs to some of my people. First off, shout out to Praise to the Most High. You actually suggested some more flat earth insight, so I'm gonna give it in this video. Shout out Vibes Tribe _9. Shout out Joe Low. Shout out Emmanuel Beck. Shout out It's Kool-Aid. Shout out Todd, T-O-D, Todd, T-D-O, Todd. Shout out Sergio Ken Lane. And shout out 93927.R. I fuck with y'all greatly and really appreciate the support. Let's get it. All right, y'all. Flat Earth is the first step to alternative thinking. It's the first step to truly thinking outside the box of what you've been programmed to believe. Like, religion is probably the real first step once you choose to question God. But then once you question if NASA and the people on TV is lying to you or not, that's kind of a big deal. Because, like, to question if the whole government and a big agency like NASA and everyone else that is tied up under them, anyone who believes in the solar system, that we've went to the moon, that Artemis 2 actually traveled up into space, to believe that is one thing, and to question it puts you on a whole other side. So I've recently just discovered this within myself. Like, flat earth and a lot of other topics that I talk about is very controversial, and it's left-hand path. It's out of the box thinking. It's what the general public and masses of people don't accept. It's the shit that you looked at as stupid if you don't even know it, let alone don't believe it. So the thing with flat earth and why it's so important, why it's such a sticky topic, is because once you even accept that notion and play with it, then everything else is, like, I've said it before, but everything else is on the table to be fake. Basically history, the fucking founding fathers, the patriots, how America came to be, what all the shit that you hear about wars and civilizations and Greece and China, Genghis Khan, all of that shit becomes fake. All of that shit becomes just potentially just a story and a mythology. Every single thing. So that's the biggest thing when it comes to flat earth, is it is true left-hand path thinking. It's questioning what the fucking general public is accepting. So yeah, let's just reel it back a little bit. Basically, y'all, in the 16 or 1700s, Copernicus and Galileo was the head people that was saying that the earth was round, saying that no, the sun isn't up there going around us, we're going around it. Now, you said this in the 16 and 1700s. That's the date that they give us. So basically from that is just like, okay, so you telling me, and then look, this is the thing, y'all. Flat earth is just an example of how deep this occult knowledge and this path of alternative thinking goes. Because even somebody will tell you that the Egyptians already knew that we was going around the sun. They already had the cosmos and space mapped out. Then you got people, like, you get the depiction of that image with all of the domes in fucking ancient Rome and the Aztecs, Mesopotamia, the Germans and they mythology. Germanic paganism. They have their own depiction of a flat earth god. Nordic mythology, not a flat earth god, but a flat earth model. So yeah, it's like every single culture and every single place that you look, each side of the fence is so staunch on their evidence and so staunch on their belief of, like, oh, the earth is flat because of all these reasons, and these are the reasons and things that they hiding and covering up. Then you got modern day, the mass accepted media, which tells you that space travel exists and NASA exists. And then there's so many museums and stuff dedicated to astronomy. So yeah, it's extreme, y'all. It's an extreme polarization divide. It's an extreme polarization divide. So it's like you really have to do this work yourself. This is part of the extreme inner work to get down on what you believe in. But the thing is, once you start going against government, once you start questioning life, then if it leads you to questioning flat earth, you really want to get real set on what you believe. Rather you believe it's flat, or rather you believe it's round, or rather you in the middle like me. Because that's where I am. I'm in the middle, and that's all I can give y'all is a middle point perspective. I'm not here to tell you that the earth is flat, and I'm not here to say that that NASA is lying. Like, I'm still looking to be more convinced. I will gladly go up into space if that's ever possible. But sadly, don't nobody that you know has ever been up to space. It's all just the billionaires, the astronauts. And then I get it, y'all, to people that's on the side of round Earth. It is crazy to question and think that it's a huge global scheme of astronauts and NASA and everybody else just faking that shit to the public. I get it. That's a pretty far-fetched theory, and it would seem almost impossible. But what about the Mandela effect? What about Tartaria theory? What about so many things that just like really lift up everything that you've ever known and believed about life? Because the flat earth, it leads you to all of that other alternative thoughts and alternative history. Now, ultimately, let me just wrap this up in a nice bow real quick. This is why most people just decide to focus on money. This is why most people at some point in their life, rather their early 20s, just decide to focus on money. Because it's like, it's just too much shit in this world. Religion, other people's opinion, conspiracy theories about the elites. Everybody done seen and know that shit, but then everybody just say, oh, fuck it, let me just focus on money. They may get to a subconscious and spiritual understanding that it don't matter what's what. Let me just focus and get my bread. Because like rather than acknowledging the law of polarity, like I promote for y'all to fuck with. So the law of polarity basically is telling you that it's two sides to the pole with everything. There's a whole nother extreme to look at, to think about, and it's always going to be somebody presenting another side of the information. So this is why people just focus on their money, focus on their life, focus on what they can get, focus on being grateful, focus on being happy. Because once you dive deep into these rabbit holes, it just gets to, that extreme point where you just don't know the truth. And it's so many things to cross-reference between to really try to find and get down to your truth. Because I mentioned my teacher, Mark Passio, one of my occult teachers, one half of my occult teachers, the other half being Brother Panic. Mark Passio shits on flat earth. He say that that's fake, it's a psyop. He don't fuck with it. He say it's the dumbest thing ever. And this is the person that I've got all this information about the laws of morality and spirituality and natural law. So with him being so against flat earth, it's made me dive even deeper into my true belief on it. Because before I heard that he was so anti-it, I was very pro-it. But I was like kind of curious what his opinion was. And to see that he was so against it like that, it was a little bit of a shell shock. As shit in this life probably be to a lot of us. Because, when you accept truth, or just accepting that people really think so different from you, you really looking at people on the internet and then their lifestyles and their beliefs and who they really are is probably so different from you. And that's okay. We're all in this world. This shit is the alien realm. We're all in this bitch just fucking surviving. Everybody is just programmed off of your beliefs, off of your society, off of your culture, your parents. Programming, mind control, subconscious programming, that's the shit that you really need to kind of get down to and like start to study and understand so you can see how everyone's mind works the way it works. So that's the flat earth discussion. And I'll probably tackle it just a little bit more, but I want to get to something even bigger. Voting and money. We all first vote for money. That's the first thing we must all accept. Because I always say, like, you can be homeless. You don't have to participate in this controlled society. So many people is just complaining about the economy, different cities, your state, what's going on, how hard it is to afford shit, how hard it is to live and buy groceries. Everyone's always complaining about this shit, yet you choose to keep a job. Yet you not out homeless. You ain't killed yourself. You ain't just gave up on society. So maybe my people don't complain. Maybe y'all see the shit for what it is, and maybe y'all just trying to find strong and powerful information rather than complaining and being a victim with this whole situation of life that we live in. So yes, y'all, you can be homeless. You don't have to work, but we all choose money. We all want cash. We all would fucking gladly accept an extra $100,000 right now if somebody was offering it. So then they try to get you to vote for a president. They try to get you to vote for politicians. You got your fucking friends and family on Instagram saying, go vote. Make sure you go vote in the midterms. Go vote at the polls. At least tell us who to vote for and why. Like, don't just tell us to vote. But, you not telling somebody who to vote for because you've been told not to do that. The same way you've been told just to tell people to go vote. And then you got the celebrities that get on Instagram and promote us to go vote. Promote us to go and cast our ballot. Cast our vote in the ballot. This shit is so stupid. This shit is so deep into a level where all it does is get you wrapped up into society. That's all money does, and that's all voting does. It just draws your attention more into society. It draws your attention more into this crazy ass chaotic world that you can't control and that you ultimately don't know the truth. Because that's the thing about voting in the first place. You don't even know if you're participating in something that's real. You don't even know if the politicians and presidents is all already selected, if it's already going to go a certain type of way. You really don't know, but you just believe that your vote counts and that it matters. And that's the first thing, because let alone fucking diagnosing that and trying to analyze that part, whether voting is even real or not. But you're voting for something that's like, you're just choosing your slave captor. You're just choosing one side of the same thing. It's just a different type of government, but it's still government. So I'm gonna end the video there just to like let this stand for that. So y'all can just see that once you question if the earth is round, then it puts you down a whole different path of truth seeking. But then again, it's so many other people that say that it's the dumbest thing in the world, flat earth. But then how can you fucking question the government and be going against the government and hate the society, yet agree with what they're telling you when it's already just so much overwhelming evidence that's proving and pointing to the fact that the earth is flat? So it's a big polarization divide. And I just want to leave it right there for now. I love y'all. Stay godlike.